How you going, people? Man, this is a perfect case of don't talk to the cops, and once they're done with you, this guy gets screwed. I mean, he doesn't get screwed. He's carrying illegal dope, and he tries to fight the cops and all this. But he could have walked. And this is get into the dog coming to the search and unlawful detention. All kind of legal issues here, but the cop played it perfectly to where he did it legally. This guy's lack of knowledge and trusting the police got him arrested. And the fact that he had dope in his pocket and he tried to fight the cops and get away. But beside that, he could have walked. So when we start here, cop gets behind here and this car takes off as soon as he gets on the highway. And he says he paces him at like 70. So he doesn't see the guy behind him. And supposedly he floors it and this cop has to boot up to catch him. So he turns on his mic here in a minute. It's a rental car. It's a pretty long video. It's an hour and 43 minutes, so I'm going to be cutting it short because the meat of it is maybe, 20 minutes, but we'll cut it through.
Okay. We're going to do it right before 10:10. We're going to be on the shoulder. Okay, bye.
Okay, so he's pulling the guy over.
Edward Victor Henry King 5'6". Edward Victor Henry King 5'6". Going to be on a red Chevy Cruze, Wake County, US 1.
I'm going to bump this up because he makes his approach. Touches the trunk, put his fingerprints, make sure nobody's going to jump out.
All right, Trooper Blake with the Highway Patrol. Where's he got stopped for speeding? It's 65 through here, man. We've been having a lot of problems with speeding wrecks, and I didn't realize, I didn't think you were going to take off like that. Oh.
Yeah, I just came out of traveling.
Did you? Oh, yeah, where are you traveling to?
Wilmington.
Oh, you going to Wilmington? Oh, okay, cool. Got a driver's license with you?
Yeah.
All right.
Cop's very friendly and very smooth. Puts this guy at ease and lets this guy talk himself right into jail. That's a hand signal. He's telling the other officer he's hinky, he's nervous. Shaking like a leaf,
Where do you live
whatever
at?
you want to call it.
You're from Raleigh?
No, I'm from New York. I just got
You're from New York. Okay. Now, are you suspended?
No.
Oh, you got it. This is your driver's license. Okay, this is all you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so he kind of talks him
So
a
your
little
name
bit
is
here.
Raphael Rogers.
And I'll try to put the link in the
so
description.
the New York
if I
identification
don't,
card, that's something you have. How come you have a New York identification card?
You can look it up. There's a video. Pause it and look it up.
Oh, really? And they don't just take the North Carolina one?
Well, I have property here, property there.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
There's no particular reason.
Okay. And then how come you had a North Carolina identification card instead of just a... Oh, it's old?
Yeah,
So there's a lot of things that's hinking the officer up. He's got 2 different IDs.
Did you used to be suspended
he doesn't
or
have his
something?
license. He's got a rental car.
Oh, okay. Okay, no problem. Great. And do you have vehicle registration, vehicle information with you?
I just picked it up.
Oh, did you? Rental car? Okay, cool. Rented by you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Took the train down.
Oh, you took the train down? Let's see here. Okay. And you seen Pete there, come on, step out. Just meet me over here. I'll bring you back. I don't like walking back between the cars, man. It's dangerous. You get hit doing that stuff.
Gets him out of the car. Says it's unsafe. This officer already knows he's kind of hinky.
Hey, I'll pat you down for weapons real quick. You have anything on you?
Yeah, but I'm saying, why do you have to pat me down and all that?
I'm on a traffic stop. Officers get killed every day. I get scared out here because you seem like you're very nervous. Okay, and this is just real something simple. I plan on getting you out of here. So, okay.
Notice the officer has his hand on his gun. He's already told him that he's nervous. He wants to pat him down. The guy's kind of like, why do you want to pat me down? This officer gets his rear foot back. He's ready to draw. He's ready to act. Good officer position on this guy.
No weapons? Okay. I appreciate it. Hey, man, thank you. Hey.
He did such a quick pat down that he didn't find the dope. Because the guy's got dope on him and he tries to hide it when he's in a car. You'll notice in a minute.
If you would, because I don't like standing out here. If you don't mind, just have a seat in my front seat over there. You can put yourself in there. Thanks.
Talks to the guy, ask him to come have a seat in the car, not putting him in cuffs, not making a big deal.
See this road?
When you're dealing with the police.
I hear you. Whew. Yeah, it's dangerous out here. I don't like walking back and forth between the cars a lot because, man, they come flying through here, and the last thing I want to do is get stuck. Yeah.
So even
Yeah, but I've been on jobs.
Oh, yeah? What kind of work you do now?
I own 2 companies.
2 companies.
I own an investment company and a construction company.
Okay. Okay.
Buy houses, fix them up,
Oh, really?
flip them.
How long have you been doing that?
About 10, 15 years.
Now, I think this guy is intentionally stalling till the dog gets here, which is exactly what the Supreme Court ruled they couldn't. And I just did a case on, I think, Rodriguez versus Illinois or Rodriguez the U.S., and they specifically said you can't prolong the contact. Well, this cop does it in such a way that I think he's in compliance with the law, and I'll explain it as we get to it here. But he's asking questions. Notice he's always working on a computer. He's always going to write him a warning, and then he writes him a warning and gives him his warning.
Too much going on.
Who was that? Was speeding?
Yeah, well, it's 65 through here, and man, when you got on that exit, and I wasn't really paying attention at first, all of a sudden you were just taking off. I was like, oh, wait.
Oh, okay.
No way, I got the car.
I didn't realize how fast I was going to go through the traffic, though.
Yeah, you took off.
Okay.
You're up over 75, but I'm thinking about just the warning. I'm gonna check all your stuff out here and get you going. So
Keeping the guy at ease. I'm thinking about a warning. Don't worry about it. There's no reason to get upset. Don't get upset. Don't change it. Remember, I'm going to give you a warning, so keep being cooperative.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Have you ever been arrested before?
Years ago.
Years ago, what was that for?
Yeah.
The pause. That means he's trying to think on what I want to tell him. Normally people do that. They're about to lie to you. So whatever he tells me he's arrested for, there's probably other charges. I watched a video, so I know there's other charges. But even if I didn't watch a video, when somebody starts pausing and you ask them that, it's either no, or it's once, or it's a few times, or never in this state, or you mean in this county, or they come back with a question. All those are clues that they didn't want to tell you what he's been arrested for.
Domestic violence, stuff like that, you know. When I was young.
When you were young?
89.
Oh, okay. That's
Domestic violence and stuff like that. So there were multiple things that weren't domestic violence, is what he said, but he made it sound pretty cool. And the cop went ahead and played along. He didn't want to jack him up yet, because he knows he's got the canine en route, and he knows the guy's nervous, you know, as a shaky leaf, so he doesn't want to jack him up.
a long time ago. Nothing since? No small charge, nothing like that? Nothing? Okay.
No charges. He's lying, because I think he pulls up and finds out he had drug charges.
So you said you took a train down?
Yeah.
I've never ridden in a train. How's that?
Nice, sweet.
Is it?
Mhm.
Where do you take a train from?
From New York, Penn Station.
How long?
Keep them off guard. Make them think you're a friend. Don't let them know that you're actually stalling and keeping them there. Don't let them know what your real intention is. Put them at ease. Keep them talking so they don't resist and they don't suspect. They'll drop their guard. Next thing you know, they'll be saying, yeah, go ahead and search my car. Kind of like this guy does.
How long is that?
About 9 hours.
Yeah. Would you do it again? Is it something that you would do all
Well,
the
that's how
time?
I travel, though.
Is
If
it
I
really?
take the plane, it depends on,
Yeah.
what's the best deal.
Okay.
Oh, the credit card.
So you think you get a better deal with the train than the plane? I
No, it
have
depends.
family
though.
up north, so
It depends.
Yeah.
It depends on how quick you're going to get on there. If you're going to do it like 2-3 days, you can book ahead,
Yeah.
things like that.
Oh, okay. Chevy, is that Cruise? Chevy Cruise? Yeah. Okay. It says active to corporation. Oh, you're from New York?
Yes.
Where at in New York?
Manhattan?
Oh, Manhattan? Okay.
Mhm.
You lived there your whole life?
Yeah.
Oh, really? What brought you down to North Carolina? Like, you
Man,
lived
dual
here?
residency.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I was born, like, we all from down here.
Uh-huh.
My great-grandmother, great-grandfather was all from Wilmington.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a
So
nice
we
place
come
up
down
there.
here for years.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's a good deal. Get you away from all the hustle and bustle up there. Yeah, I'm from New York. I'm from upstate and Jersey. I got family everywhere.
Yeah. Mhm.
So were you staying up in New York full time up there and then before you came down here? Or?
No. I come back and forth.
Oh, you come back and
I
forth?
have properties.
Okay. Okay.
Well, big on jobs. We're in the process of closing on a deal now down here. Commercial property.
Okay. Good deal.
You sure you're just not driving drugs back and forth because you got a rental car?
Yeah. Good money.
It got up and downs, or is it steady?
Rick, why do you want to be suspicious? Why do you want to accuse him? What? Because he's got drugs on him. He's got a rental car and he's driving back and forth. That's why. But he said he's got a job. A lot of people say they have jobs. You find out their job is they say they work for the government and they get a check each month. And they call that a job because the government gives them money. Rick, you can't shut up, you big...
Well, in 2008, when the boom hit,
Yeah.
the what they call it, when it capped out, it was giving us more than what the properties was worth.
Oh, really?
So the mortgages was so high, it was like 125% of what the property was worth.
Holy cow.
So when everything went bad, people lost jobs, I had to pay the mortgages.
Yeah.
Notice how the cop really seems like he's interested in all this. He don't give a crap. But he plays good.
People stopped renting,
Uh-huh.
so I had to just let them go.
Really?
Yeah, just let them go.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, so hopefully you made out pretty good there.
Yeah,
That's
instead of
good.
file bankruptcy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my dad had to file bankruptcy, man. That was harsh. But it is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
Got hard times to go with.
He's watching him out of the corner of his eye. Look at him sweating. He's nervous. He just pointed to his jugular vein because he can see his heart racing. He stopped chewing his gum. You notice earlier the suspect was chewing his gum.
One going on here, and we'll get you on your way. Yeah, we have a lot of traffic crashes and wrecks because people speeding and stopping, and right now it's getting after that rush hour time.
Shit, too. This guy off the train
Where are
was
you?
hungry. Came from out of Bojangles.
Now you make me feel bad, man.
That's what I was just doing too much too. You know what I'm talking about? Which ain't good either.
Yeah.
So he's continuously working on his ticket and on the computer, so it's a normal traffic stop still.
So I have to go to court for this ticket?
No, this is just a warning, man. Just to say I stopped you for speeding, and you get back on your merry way
Get you on your way. Make you think you're leaving.
and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. This shit will ruin your day.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
Get pulled by the cop.
Right.
Nobody likes to get pulled by the cops.
Heck, I ain't gonna get pulled by the cops.
When you was behind me, I was like, oh my God, do I make that turn because the light was red?
Yeah,
But down south, you can make it right on red. I said, no, because I'm in that second lane.
yeah,
So I said, let me just sit right here.
yeah. Well, you can make the right on red, but
No,
like
but
I
that
said,
thing had an arrow there, though.
yeah, but this traffic all up in here, man, during this time, so congested, and people doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
It's called
And
selling the
wreck happens
ticket.
Like that. We're always constantly on
He's
the road down
justifying
here.
why
You know,
he's
wreck after
needed.
wreck for all those same kind of things.
Why
And,
it's
like
important.
I said, we have a lot of the speed stop, and that, you know, rear ends and everything else. Because so many people texting, driving, you know, doing God knows what under the sun. Here's your stuff there.
Thank you.
This is your vehicle information.
Waiting for the K9. No, he's not, Rick. He's working on this traffic stop. Because it's against the law to wait for the K9.
You got to cut in everything in this joint.
Yeah. Mine's actually a little old.
Huh?
Mine's a little old there. You see the new stuff they got now. Like,
Business. This is like how
snap
my
your
office
fingers and
is.
it's already done. Yeah, well, this is my office
That's
actually.
what I'm talking about. You got everything in here.
Yep. Alright, now this is just a warning. Like I said, I didn't get you on a clock, but you were up over 75 miles an hour. A little faster here, but you know, like it is. But I'm just writing a warning. Just make sure you slow it down, okay? Because we have a lot.
Okay. At this point, this guy's free to go, and this is key. He keeps this guy talking for another 5 or 10 minutes, talking about his business while he's waiting for the K9. So, as soon as he gets his ticket and the contact is over, as soon as he knows I'm free to go, he should have left. He's got dope in his pocket. He's already gotten a gift. He needs to get the hell out of Dodge. What does he do? he stays and talks about his business.
Wrecks and stuff.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks, man.
Contact's over.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you're construction.
Did you catch that? Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Yeah, what's that? Is that a detention? No. That's a consensual encounter. And this cop's going to testify in court. I gave him his ticket, I shook his hand, and I told him he was free to go. At that point, I did a consensual encounter and says, hey, can I talk to you? I didn't do it under the color of authority. I didn't make him talk to me. I didn't say he couldn't leave. He voluntarily stayed in my car and talked to me when I asked him if I could talk to him. Now, his attorney's going to argue, well, yeah, but you had your lights on and the car was stopped and the guy was nervous and he didn't think he was free to go. It doesn't matter. Technically, this cop told him he could leave and he was done, and he asked him if he could talk to him, and a guy agreed. Fatal error. Ends up in jail.
Stuff that you got. How did you get into that?
Well, what I did is Carlton Sheets, Donald Trump, Tyler Hicks, Think and Grow Rich, motivational books, no money down programs, OPM using other.
Donald Trump helping a man get out, helping him move up. I thought everybody thought Donald Trump didn't help anybody. I digress. Let's get back to this.
People's money. It's all about using other people's money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we can't get rich off our money, but we gotta have good credit.
Yeah. Oh,
And good history.
Yeah.
You do need some type of money though. It's OPM. It's other people's money, but you can take like their credit cards. Like I got several credit cards.
The government fully understands about OPM. That's how they make their living. That cop sitting there is OPM. His salary's OPM, and his car is OPM. We got the OPM. The government has taught us well on OPM.
Which is other people's money.
Yeah.
So if I need to use one of the credit cards to get the appraisal, then it would still be not my money. It's all about using other people's money.
Okay.
So once I go find a house and I get a good price on, I like to buy beat up houses.
Interested? Not a detention. I was having a casual conversation with him. I asked him a question about his business, and he voluntarily stayed and explained to me. He was not detained. He was free to go. He had his ticket in his hand. Now, to me, this is right on the border of this cop knows what he's doing, this guy doesn't. Is it completely lawful, or is this cop working within the bounds? I think the court's going to find this cop is okay because he complied with the law, even though it kind of doesn't pass the smell test.
So I can fix them up through a construction loan.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I just use their money.
Their money, so then they buy everything, and so.
No, I buy it.
Well, okay, so
I buy it from the buyer.
Okay.
Say the buyer want $30,000 for a
So they-
1,000 square foot house.
They set aside money for you to.
No,
do
I
those
go.
things,
No, I
or-
gotta go qualify though. I gotta go through the mortgage company,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got first time buyers, then you got your second primary residence.
Mm-hmm.
Then anything after that is rental property.
Yeah. Okay.
So the loan to value ratios go down.
Yeah. Now you want rental property because that makes more money. That's constant income, right?
It's cash flow, positive cash flow.
Okay, gotcha.
So if I got 1,000 square foot house and I bought it for 30,000, through the construction company, I know how to estimate and do all my upgrades. It's gonna cost me another 50,000. So I got 80,000 in it, but the appraised value came at 150. So I borrow against that.
Okay.
Loan to value, 80% loan to value.
Yeah.
So they loan me 130,000. So when I go to closing, I pay off the buyer with the 30,000, and then there's 60 to 70,000 set for the construction.
Oh, okay.
So I
Okay.
fix it up, and I rent out for market value over and above my debt. The debt is
Right, you
130,000
got to make positive
cash flow. So
something.
I have to make enough to where services.
If you want to get somebody talking, get them talking about something they like. This guy is just having the time of his life educating this dumb, stupid cop. And he has no clue on what's going on.
The debt, the property taxes, the insurance, and everything over there is positive cash flow.
Nice. Now, are all your properties doing good?
Well, I told you years ago in 2008, I had to let go like 5 or 6
Yeah.
because my overhead was too much. Because the thing about
Let go, meaning I gave him back to the bank, I filed bankruptcy, and someone else had to pay for it. There's that OPM again.
property, if the people don't rent your properties, You got to pay for that out of pocket.
You're paying.
So
Yeah,
you got
okay.
18 houses, and 5 of them are vacant.
Yeah.
Now all your positive cash flow has to go into servicing these 5 debts.
Yeah.
Just to break even, so your credit won't go bad.
Oh, no doubt, because you're constantly struggling to get that to stay above or
To stay
even,
above,
even,
right?
yeah.
Stay above a certain percentage, because it's all about the positive cash flow.
Right.
But if you buy something fixed up, you can't make no money.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't want you people to forget, all this time, this guy could have been driving away. He could have gotten his car and left.
Person who bought it already,
they're not gonna put any more money into it.
there's nothing else you could do. It's maxed out.
Yeah.
So you can only buy it and just rent it out.
Huh. Okay.
But see, when you buy older houses and fix them up, you make money on the construction side too.
Okay.
So
Now,
that's why
now you do that with
You
yours?
make money on the construction side because you tell them you're doing, it costs you this much and you're doing this good work, and then you hire people who don't do good work and only pay them half, and then you make money on the construction side. That's what that means. For you people that can't figure that out.
Right.
You do
I
that
do
for
the
yours,
manual
or you do
labor
it
too. I got the construction. No, I'm trying to start a company up there where we can buy buildings.
Okay.
Because I just learned the game like 10 years ago. I was just buying one house. But why buy one house? You could buy one building.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With
So it's
15
like
units.
monopoly. It's like monopoly.
Right.
Yeah. So when you work, how long do these deals take?
To close the deal on average, 90 days.
90 days.
Yeah. Because you got to find the property, you got to get the appraisals, you got to get the surveys on the land description.
Yeah.
You got to get pest inspections. You got to get all this.
Now, the thing that's working against this guy is he seems pretty smart. He seems pretty intelligent. In a minute, they're going to get into whether or not he gives them consent to get his car, and he says, you can search my car, but I'm not going to give consent. But you would think this guy's pretty intelligent listening to him.
For the bank.
Okay.
The banks want to see everything itemized.
Yeah. Now, are all your properties in the like you're doing good now, and so you got
They've been going. No, they've been going.
I'm going to start bumping ahead because this just goes
I
on.
heard that. I heard that.
Tore back down to like.
Yeah.
Just because you get the money
It's
all
not
the
some
time.
money, but it's not. It's probably not positive money all the time.
Being a black man is a problem too because I rent in the hood.
Ooh, being a black man because he rents in the hood. Why would that be a problem?
That's where you're gonna find most of your cheaper properties. At.
Oh yeah,
On a
yeah.
lower
And
income,
probably
right?
higher volume too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm dealing with my own people, and I know how my people do.
Rick, you can't say that. Hey, I didn't say it. He said it.
The only people that's gonna really rent these properties are the people in this area.
Yeah.
So that's the ups and downs, negatives part too. But if I bought high-end properties, which I don't really get into the high-end stuff because it's more of a risk factor. Like if I buy a property for $400,000,
Well, you got to pay the rent on that if something happens too, right?
well, you got to pay the cost to carry it while you're doing the construction.
That's what I'm saying. And if nobody rents it,
Right,
you got
then you're
trouble.
stuck. Like those on Flip My House and all that.
Yeah.
HGTV, I
Well,
watch
it's
all
great
that.
when somebody buys them or
Right,
rents them,
but if nobody don't buy it,
you're sitting on it.
now you're stuck. And what I was taught is always have a way out of a deal.
Yeah.
Don't never get yourself stuck in a deal that you can't get out of.
Oh, I agree.
They call it contingency. Can't get financing. That's the main contingency. Is I can't get finance. Because if you can't find, if you financing, then that's you lost. Then you lose your down payment.
Money up too,
That's
right?
why yeah.
Remember, he could have left like 12, 13 minutes ago.
Hey, you're caught.
Oh yeah.
See, is when you go on,
Oh really?
that'll get your earnest money back legally.
Oh okay.
Because if you can't get the finances from the bank,
Yeah.
you can't keep that man money.
No. So what happens when you can't keep the finance? What happens when you can't get financed?
Then you ain't got no business. You ain't got no business. You gotta
You
start.
have all business.
And even in real estate, you gotta start the corporation. This is me and my mother. We're partners.
Okay.
The Benjamins Group is a real estate investment trust,
Okay.
like a REIT.
So you don't take the hit. The business takes the hit.
Right? It's got to be in a corporation name. I don't
Yeah.
put nothing in your name personally
Yeah.
because they come. If somebody trip or fall in your house, they're gonna sue you personally,
Oh yeah.
and they take all your personal assets.
Yeah.
So this guy's going to have a hard time explaining that I was dumb and stupid and I didn't know that I was giving him consent. Because I guarantee his lawyer is going to argue he said he would not sign the paper for consent. But he also said, I don't care if you search my car, I'm just not signing that paper giving you consent. I'm not giving up my rights. So he knows this business, so he's not stupid, But his lawyer is going to want to claim that he was stupid when you see this transaction on consent to search.
So you got to have corporations. This is a construction company, me and my mom.
R&R.
Corporation. And we use our own construction company to fix them up. So
Yeah.
we keep the money in-house. We don't have to subcontract that stuff out.
Oh, okay.
Because the cost goes up when you subcontract.
Trying to pay people off at the same time. Keep
Yeah,
away from you.
keep my card. Call me if you want. Yeah. Because I was thinking about coming to Raleigh and trying to find some.
Keep my card. Yo, man, I'm not going to need your card. I'm about to take you to jail. But thanks for the card.
properties. I'm looking for partners. You can start corporations all over.
Yeah. Now, when you took a train. Where did the train come out down here?
Train come out of Raleigh.
Out of Raleigh?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you just went over
Just
to the airport.
keep asking questions. Because at any second he can get up and leave. But you know what? The dog ain't here yet.
Took a cab to the airport.
Yeah, the airport.
Yeah,
Then you went
then I
to.
rented the car and then going to Wilmington.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. So, when was the last time you were actually arrested? And
Boy, that conversation went tits up pretty quick. We went from, dude, here's my card, we can work something out, to when was the last time you were arrested? So this is called developing more suspicion to create a new detention. Because this guy's going to get detained here in a second.
I think like 2011 or something.
okay, what was that for?
That was I think drugs or something.
Drugs?
That's what it said something?
Yeah. Now, how come you didn't tell me that beforehand the first time?
I'll be trying to bring that stuff. I'll be trying to keep
Well,
things positive, man.
I don't know who I got sitting in my seat.
Yeah, but
Somebody's
I'll be
trying to kill me.
No, I'll be
So-
trying to keep things positive. Like, I don't be wanting to.
Well, I try to keep
bringing
things
that-
positive
that
too.
stuff up over and
This
over.
stuff's interesting to me. So
Yeah.
But you're not telling me the truth, though.
Uh-oh.
So-
Now, we know you lied to me earlier during the traffic stop. Now I have suspicion that you may have lied about other things. Now I want to carry on this investigation on a new detention, not the traffic stop, but because I don't know what else you lied about.
So I'm looking at that going, uh-oh, is this guy going to try to kill me right now?
Nah,
He's not telling me about everything?
2011 in Kingston, I don't be trying to keep
So,
things.
so you were arrested a couple times, right, for trafficking opium, heroin?
Yeah.
Okay. One in 2012 in Lenore and another one in 2011 in Lenore County? So did you,
Same thing. That was all
okay.
same
Did
thing.
you live in Lenore County or did you just,
I was just messing with some guys up there.
That means I was driving there to buy my dope and I got caught. Rick, you can't say that. He just said whatever.
Bullshitting.
now because that makes a whole lot of money or brings money in. That's not something you're doing right now, is it?
No.
No? You sure?
No.
So he was arrested for sales. He's talking about he's got all this money. He's driving in here and he's got a rental car. Who thinks it's reasonable to think that maybe this guy might be involved in drugs? Well, if you don't, then you're an idiot.
So you don't have any drugs on you at all right now?
No.
No? Okay, so there's no heroin?
Nothing.
There's no cocaine?
Nothing.
There's no marijuana?
No, sir.
No large sums of money like 100,000 or more?
No, sir.
No? Okay, no methamphetamine, nothing like that?
No, sir.
So you don't have anything like that on you?
I'm
And
legit.
you're just a legit businessman that's doing the construction?
Yes.
Okay. Can I search your car?
Ooh, that went downhill fast. We went from legit businessman to sharing business cards to can I search your car? Now, once again, this guy can go, no, you gave me a ticket, I'm leaving. And he doesn't do it.
You can search the car, but is that legal though?
You can search the car, but is that legal? So does that mean this guy doesn't know if he has the right to say no? That's what his defense is going to argue. He doesn't know he had the right to say no. Well, you know what? He's pretty smart on a whole lot of other things. He knows how to buy and sell houses and escrows, and he has positive cash flow, and he starts corporations when he can. He's pretty smart in all these other areas, but he doesn't know he can't say no?
It sure is.
Okay, you can search the car.
It is legal. He asked the question. The cop asked, and the guy goes, sure, go ahead and search car. Rick, why would he say search car? Because he's got the dope on him. It's not in the car.
Hang on for a second. I got paperwork I got to do because
Yeah, but see,
you
that's
see this uniform?
Yeah, but see, that's
I
what
do
I'm saying.
everything.
That's-
I do everything by the book, man. So
Yeah, because this is
Honor
like
me-
you
honor
violating
me-
my rights now, though. Seriously,
honor
I'm
me a
an
minute
educated
or
guy,
two.
though.
I hear you. I know you are.
I'll let you search
You're
the
not-
car, though,
You
but
definitely aren't a stupid guy. That's for sure. I know that.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you
But-
saying one thing, And then you doing something else.
But you being very smart, you know that for me as a trooper, I got to follow policy like strict, more so than any other agency in the lane.
Yeah.
Okay, so just honor me for a second. Let me do my things, okay? It does get silly. It really does. Can I see your ID again?
Now we got his ID. Is he detained? Did the officer ever put him in detention and say you can't leave? I don't think he has. Now remember, a detention occurs when a reasonable person feels that his ability to leave has been restricted or stopped. Would a reasonable person right now think that he couldn't get out of the car? I don't think he would. I think most people would have left.
Okay.
I didn't even know that stuff was supposed to show up. Like, that's like a violation of my constitutional rights.
That's
like, I can't put this shit behind me. Like,
that's
you know
public information. Just your North Carolina license.
I can't put this shit behind me.
Well, it's felonies for one, but two, it's public information. Everything you do that goes through a court system, it's public. Unless you by a Trump
have
chance,
a seal on it though.
unless you're like Hillary Clinton that can pay her way out of everything.
Now we're laughing and joking. We're back to being buds till I get your signature. This guy's thinking, damn, I should have left.
So what is this here we sign?
This is just a consent to search form. That's all. It's not.
You just go ahead and search it. I'm not going to consent to search it. Just search it.
Did you hear that? I'm not going to consent to search. You just search it. Does that sound like he's confused? Does to me. Is it reasonable? I don't know. You know, he's smart in other areas, but right now I think the guy's confused. He says, I'm not going to give you consent, but you can just go ahead and search it. He doesn't realize that saying you can search it is consent. Is the officer obligated to explain that? I would have, but this cop does it his way.
Okay, well, let me just fill this out here, because I have to look like I'm trying to do it, okay?
Damn, I should have shut up and left.
This shit be
It's crazy, because I stayed when I could have left. That's why it's crazy.
Because you're going to have rights though, right?
Yeah.
Like constitutional rights. Like,
You do, and I am protecting them to the fullest.
He is protecting him. He wants his signature to sign away his right to search that car. Because how can you search? Consent, exigency, or warrant.
I don't see that you get violated anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think the guy thinks he can leave.
I'm going to let you search the car now because I don't have anything to hide, but I could deny this. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Now he just killed any defense. He said, I know I could deny it. And yet he still gave it. The more he talks, the deeper the hole he digs. Don't talk to the cops.
on my camera phone and make sure. You don't mind that though, right?
No, not at all.
Okay, let's do
I'm
that.
not one of those.
I want to
that
be
care about
protected too, though.
Oh yeah, I fully believe.
Oh, put my
But,
camera
like I
off.
said,
No.
this is you. This is me, Trooper Blake, and then this is you're the legal possessor of the car. And then if you could just sign right there, that's just stating that you're granting consent. That's all.
Well, I'm not going to grant consent. I'm going to let you search it because I don't want to be giving my rights away.
I'm not going to grant consent, but I'm going to let you search it. Who thinks this guy is confused and doesn't know? Who thinks this trooper is taking advantage of his ignorance? I'm on the fence on this. I'm not sure the trooper is taking advantage. The trooper is following the law. I'm not saying that it's 100% strict letter of the law, but I think the courts are going to rule in his favor, saying, hey, he never detained a guy, he never forced him to stay, he told him he could leave, he made it an consensual encounter, he found out the guy lying, he tried to get him to sign consent, the guy didn't want to give written consent. Just because a guy doesn't want to give written consent does not mean I can't give verbal consent. And consent can be verbal, written, or implied. So, implied is a little bit tougher to prove in court, but if I stand at your door in your house and you open the door and say, come on in, that's kind of implied consent.
I'm going to get him to get
Well,
my
let me ask
phone.
you. So you're just refusing to sign this.
I'm going to let you search it.
You're gonna let me search the
Well,
car.
get
Well,
my
that
phone.
means you're granting consent.
Wait, but I'm not searching anything. I'm not giving my rights away.
Okay. But
Because you changing the game up now.
No. I want to be.
This is what I'll be talking about. This is what I
want to be upfront and honest, and you have documentation of everything I do, so that you can't come back and say, "Hey, man, Trooper Blake was throwing some side stuff at me." I'm coming right from the front, okay? Right from the front. Now, all I'm asking is consent to search, and by my agency, by my state troopers, we have a lot of stuff we have to go through to maintain our qualifications.
What type of search you going to do? Just a physical look, eye search?
No, I'm going
around.
Yeah, I'm going to search and use my hands and search bumper to bumper and search that car. Okay. That's okay.
Right.
Okay. You just don't want to sign it.
Right. That's it.
All right. That's what.
That is clearly he gave consent to search his car, even though he refused to sign. Even though he's confused, I think this is going to be upheld.
So I'm saying I want to get my phone though.
Okay.
Seriously, because this is going a little too far now.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Hey, if you would, just hang out right there for me, and just give me a minute.
Get my phone.
I'll get your phone for you. I'll walk right out there and get your phone for you, okay? That's the first thing I'll do. Alright, that's the first thing I'll do.
Hey, what do you want me to do with this stuff right here?
Oh, just hold on to it. I don't. Alright, give me a minute, okay?
When a guy's dumping his hands, he's getting ready to run. He don't want anything in his hands. He's getting nervous. Watch him here. He's going to start hiding and reaching something after the guy leaves. Keeping his eye on him.
Hang out on this side. Don't go too far.
Here he goes.
I got verbal consent to search.
He's tucking it. He's probably pulling it out of his pocket, stuck in it between his cheeks. He's trying to get rid of the dope.
Pay attention on him.
Because the pat down was for weapons, and the cop didn't do it very good. So he's been sitting here with all this dope, and now he's trying to get rid of it, and he does. He hides it somewhere.
All right, man. Just hang still for a second. Thanks.
All right.
Of course, he doesn't know he's on camera. And pretty much here.
How you going? Hold on. What's going on with that?
This guy comes up kind of talking to him.
I'm trying to protect myself. This is where
So now he's got consent to search. He can go ahead and search. K9 still isn't there. So he's doing a pretty thorough search, I think, still waiting for the K9. We're 35 minutes into the hour and 43-minute video. Here comes the dog. And I might do another video on this dog search and what a false response and a positive response is, because I get a lot of questions on it, and this is a pretty good little tape of it. I always get asked, can a cop make his dog false respond? Yes. Now, there's a key factor here that a lot of people don't realize. When you give consent, you can withdraw consent at any time for any reason. This guy could have said, yeah, you can search my car, and as soon as the deputy got out of the car, he could have went, you know what? I thought about it. I don't think I want you searching my car. Government has to stop. He could have got out of it at any time by saying, this search is over. I gave you consent. I'm withdrawing my consent, and we're done. But he doesn't. And I'm sure somebody will say, well, he didn't consent to a dog. He consented to search. And there's already been case law to where cops can use other cops to assist them in the search and or dog. If you got consent, you got consent. He almost got out of it a little bit when he said, are you just going to search with your eyes, or are you going to put your hands? And the trooper said, I'm going to get my hands and search it bumper to bumper. So he covered his butt. Had he said, I'm okay with you looking with your eyes, but I don't want you touching nothing,
It's ruined now.
that would have been consent still, but he couldn't touch anything. Alright, here's where the dog responds a couple times.
Who did? Oh, me and you? The dogs are wrecked?
Dog smelling something, he doesn't want to leave that area, or he goes back to that area.
Hey.
Guy's already searched it once, he's going around again. I'm not sure I would do that with traffic. The more you search a car, the more likely your dog's going to give you a false response, because he thinks you're telling him to miss something.
That's right for you.
Dog kind of looks like he picks up something here, goes back to the car.
Come on, man.
He's working on his own.
Yeah,
Dog
good
sits.
trainer.
Goes back. Smells. Sits. Gets his reward. Good boy. Oh, maybe he didn't reward him. He's bringing him back. And he sits again. Notice the cop freezing. I'll go back and do a video just on the dog response.
Thank you, sir. Hey, wait, just holding me up. Phone ring.
Okay, I'm going to get to the part to where they come back and talk to him. Okay, so here is when the dog responded. They can't find anything in the car. They think there's something there, so now they think he has it on his persons. And here's where he comes back, and they fight.
Like drug-wise.
In my crotch. I don't have no drugs on me. I already consented to the search, bro.
Okay. How much drugs do you have on your crotch right now? In your pants or on you?
I don't have no drugs on me in my crotch.
Sure. Dude, you're like getting nervous as nervous can be.
I'm not nervous.
You're shaking so bad. I don't even think you can see it. I don't know what I'm about to get into here.
You're not about to get into anything.
Okay, then tell me the truth then.
I'm telling you the truth, and I'm.
No, not 50% as you think it should be. 100% truthful as it actually
I am
is.
telling you the truth. What truth you want to know?
Okay. How much drugs do you have on you?
I don't have any drugs on me.
Really? Why is the canine alerting on your stuff?
On
And
what
it's not
stuff?
your pills. It's not your pills. I don't care about your pills.
What stuff are you talking about? K9, that's that shit y'all running on. The K9 is alerting on something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's called drugs in your car, in your legally possessed car. You.
Man, come on, man. That's all that I got right here, man.
What's all you got right there?
My property right there.
Okay, do me a favor. Put your stuff up there on the dash right there. Do me a favor. Put your stuff up on the dash right there. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Put your stuff
Notice
up
the
on the
stalling.
dash right
Notice the I don't want to do it. This guy's about to run, and he's about to fight, and he's just sizing this cop up because he knows it's about to go down. He's going to find the drugs on me.
there.
He should have shoved it in between his seat, but he didn't want to give up his profit. He thought he was going to get away, so he kept it on him. Now he has to fight the cops to try to get away.
Hold up, I refuse to be. Turn around. Turn around. I'm going to tase you if you don't stop.
Hey, relax. 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 Relax.
And he ends up fighting them. And it takes a while for them to get him in custody. And I don't even know if they find the drugs, but I know they call more government to come protect and serve.
Relax! Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Nate, stop! Stop resisting! Get your arms behind you! Get your arms behind you! Get your arms
And the suspect, like most suspects, will start screaming here in a minute, I can't breathe.
Get your arms behind you!
Get your arm back here. Get your arm back here.
Relax!
Get your hands back here.
Come back! He's out! Come back! Stop! Put your hand behind your back! Put your hand behind your back! Put your hand behind your back!
How did a calm guy who was talking about a business and being Mr. Cooperative turn into fighting this bad if he didn't have drugs on him. Well, Rick, he has a right to resist for... Oh, shut up, you big dummies.
Put your hand behind your back. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Put your hand behind your back. Behind your back, sir. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back.
I can't breathe.
Behind your back. Put it behind your back, sir.
Why do they always say they can't breathe? Because they're hoping the cops will let him go, thinking, oh, let's let him go so he can breathe, and then he can start to fight over again. And then they wonder why cops don't believe him.
Put your arm behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. Behind your back, sir.
He can't breathe, and he still ain't put his hands behind his back.
Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. Put it behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. Behind your back. Put your hand behind your back.
Pretty long fight.
Behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. Roll over. Roll over on your stomach. On your stomach. All right. Roll over on your stomach. Put your hand behind your back. Behind your back. Hey, attention. Put your other one back here. Put your other one back there. Or I'll do it again. Bring the other one back. I got to roll. Put your other one back. Put your other one back.
Okay, after so long of this, so after all the fighting and sitting on the side of the road for another 20 minutes, here comes more government. The Banana Peel Patrol. There must be a banana peel on the highway. Let's call out a fire truck because we have one guy for drugs that we've already had 3 cops tied up for an hour. Now we're going to call the fire department. What's the first thing they do? Notice everybody's out of the roadway. Notice nobody's in the roadway. Not a problem. They fought with the guy. They searched the car. They did all this without blocking the roadway. What does the Banana Peel Patrol do? Let's block the freaking roadway. You freaking firemen, I tell you, man. It's irritating. Well, Rick, it's policy. We have to protect it. We don't want to. Whatever. Shut down the damn highway every time you get a chance. But wait. It ain't enough that we got 3 cops and a fire truck out here. Hell. Let's get us more government. Let's get us an ambulance out here. We can block more traffic. Really? Hell, why don't you block off both lanes just to be safe? You know, you never know if a freaking field mouse is going to run out in the roadway. Let's put some more cones and just close off the whole highway. Because we got nothing else better to do. We just come out here and disrupt all the people trying to get somewhere on their own time who aren't getting paid to be out here and block the damn highway. Rick, why do you... Whatever. Alright. Look. They end up transporting him in a, in some sort of bed. I forgot where he goes. They put him in... I thought they put him in the ambulance. Look at all government. Look at all that government there to help. Woohoo! If we only had more government, we could be safe. They could keep us safe. They could give us better service. If we only had more government. Alright, whatever. They transport him in an ambulance. That's how it ends. Lots of lessons to learn here. Hopefully you got something out of it. We'll end that there.